Welcome to Tech Talk, y'all.
Hi, and welcome to Tech Talk, y'all, episode 389, brought to you by Edgewise.Media. I'm Adam Walker.
And I'm Sajay Parekh.
We got a good episode for you, maybe a shorter episode because we're releasing this earlier in the week. So there's been less insanity that's happened, maybe. I don't know.
I think maybe people are taking off for the July 4th weekend that we have here in the U.S. I hope everybody has a fun and safe July 4th weekend.
Me too.
Even if you're not in the U.S., you can still have a fun and safe July 4th weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're still going to have a weekend. You're just not going to have a day off.
That's right. Yeah. So. And that sucks for you. So sorry for that.
Just come here for the day. It'll be fun.
Well, speaking of somebody that's having a good day or had a good day, I guess, Elon Musk's early birthday present to himself, the first Tesla just drove itself from its factory straight to the customer. I think it was like 30 miles or it was not a long distance.
It wasn't that far. Yeah. 30 minutes away.
30 minutes. It was 30 minutes. Yeah. But it literally left the factory and went straight to the customer for pickup, which is cool, I guess. Maybe that's the future of cars. I don't know.
So here's the issue I have with this article.
I love it.
So this was in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And city officials told Fortune magazine, what this article is from, that they had no choice in the matter. They said, quote unquote, the city does not have the authority to regulate these vehicles. What?
Who would?
What are you talking about?
If the city doesn't have the authority, then who does have the authority? Like,
I presume it was on city streets at some point.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I don't understand what is happening here.
Yeah.
How do they not have the authority to regulate this? Is there some superseding Texas law that says they can't regulate these?
I think what they meant to say is they want to get paid by Elon, so they're not going to regulate it. I think that's probably what they meant to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm just reading between the lines. Like maybe, possibly.
They've seen how he is like a man child, and if he gets upset, he throws tantrums. Yeah, and they don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Nobody wants to be on the receiving end of that tantrum, man. I mean, especially on Nira's birthday. I mean, you never know what kind of.
Clearly, I have no issue of being on the receiving end of man.
Well, that's because
babies
in Elon Musk's world, we are like a nano gnat. Like we don't exist in any capacity at all. Like we're not near that level. So it's okay. We can say things and just fly under that radar, for now.
But he went after that guy that was saving a bunch of those kids in Thailand or whatever, who was the scuba.
Yeah, but that guy was usurping his fame for saving the kids himself. So he got mad about that. We're not usurping anybody's fame here. We're just criticizing him because we have nothing better to do on a Thursday afternoon. So
yeah, I look forward to the day that I get criticized by man baby over there. So
I would love to see that. That would mean that you or we or somebody has hit a level of fame that is worthy of his attention, and that's a pretty good level of fame. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it would require us to have more than 7 listeners to this podcast, but maybe we'll cross that hurdle first. Maybe.
To each their own. Yeah.
Something else that the country of Denmark is crossing this hurdle, and I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. Denmark to tackle deepfakes by giving people copyright to their own features. So now if somebody deepfakes you, you're going to be able to sue them for copyright infringement because you own your own likeness.
Yeah. I guess my question is were you not able to do that before? Like, I thought you could do it for defamation or something before. Can you not? I mean,
maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Because I guess if you publish a picture of yourself on the internet or something, then it's considered public.
It's like public domain.
And then somebody can use it to create a thing, and then you're done. So then, do you think that's like taking pictures of people when you're outside, right? Like you can take a picture of anybody that's outside.
That's true.
Because it's a public space and you have no guarantee of privacy in a public space.
It is entertaining, watching the TikTok videos of people that are like, excuse me, sir, you can't record here. And they're standing on a sidewalk and the guy's like, yeah, it's a public sidewalk. I can record anything I want. And then they're like, we're going to get the police. And he's like, okay, get the police because it's a public sidewalk. And the police come up and they're like, yeah, you can totally record here, but maybe don't make them mad if you don't mind. Just whatever. Like, okay. So I've seen a lot of videos like that for some reason. I'm not sure why. They always pan out and it all happens the same way. So I guess my question is, are other countries going to follow suit and give people copyrights? And it's not just to your likeness or your features, but also I think to your voice as well. I think they mentioned the voice in the article as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Otherwise, we should just all move to Denmark, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
Become Denmarkian citizens.
I think isn't that Danish? Aren't they? Is that the?
It is Danish. I was going for the lulz, but clearly didn't hit.
It made
I think
me laugh.
Denmarkian is better.
It made me.
I'm Denmarkian.
Yeah, I am Sanjay. I'm Denmarkian, and as you can tell by my height, so
I am three Denmarks tall.
Oh my God! All right, let's keep moving. All right, mammals could regenerate damaged tissue by turning on quote genetic switch, says Chinese team. The articles seem to indicate that they made a mouse like regrow an appendage or something.
Regrow its ear.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I did not validate the quality of the reporting of this website. Like that, so it wasn't a site that I recognized. Do you know this site? Like, I'm just curious of the level of reliability of this. I
don't know this site
for our listeners. Okay.
I don't know this site.
Okay.
I do. When I see AI Slop.
When I see odd things, I try to validate it on a site that I like somewhat believe. I didn't have time today. So I don't. Maybe this is cool.
It looks like it is a press release distribution site. So this could be totally made up.
So this might not be true at all. Okay. Well. Then, but you didn't mention AI Slop. Should we talk about AI Slop for a minute? Because let's
talk about AI Slop.
Okay.
Grammarly. We're going to talk about the next article. What AI Slop is?
Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
AI Slop is the content creation from AI that just spewing all over the internet.
Yeah, and I think more in particular, it's the stuff that's auto posted from AI that's the problem. Right. Like because I post blog posts from AI, and I'm not shy about that. Because I review all of them and edit all of them, right? So like that to me is not AI Slop. If it's a blog post that I see as valid for a particular topic and it benefits me and therefore benefits other people. But I think AI Slop is like auto posted junk that's just spamming up the internet everywhere, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Right, well, we can move on now.
Speaking of AI stuff, we've got actually a couple of AI stories coming up.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm.
So first up, Grammarly acquires AI email client Superhuman. You're not a Superhuman user, right?
I was, and I loved it, but I don't know anything about it being an AI email client. Like at the time that I had it, it was just a really clean interface, and it would allow you to get through your inbox faster than other interfaces did because you could just kind of go through it pretty quickly. I guess they've adapted AI and created a lot of stuff. They've AI-ified it, right?
Like everybody has with their thing because they're like, oh, we've got to have AI in it because you have to.
But it got acquired for, a pretty good bundle. It looked like.
They didn't say.
Okay.
So Grammarly raised $1 billion in new funding, which they're throwing around to acquire companies.
Right.
The last round of funding, which was years ago now, valued Superhuman at $865 million.
Okay.
So to me, I don't think they were bought for $865 because
there's no way. That would take
Grammarly just raised $1 billion, right? They're not going to burn 80% of it, 86.5%.
Not on an email client they can rebuild on their own. So that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
So I think they got acquired, but probably.
Superhuman had a lot of hype behind it for a long time, and then it just sort of like I haven't heard anybody talk about it in a year, couple years at this point.
Yeah,
so
it's funny. Yeah. There was at one point in time I was pitching to VCs for something else, and they were like all hot about Superhuman and like, well, you need to be like Superhuman. You need to do this, and that, and the other. I'm like, you guys are idiots. That firm, by the way, is on my blacklist. I will never be pitching to them again.
Okay, good to know.
They're dead to me.
All right.
Because clearly they don't know what they're talking about. And I think this proves it because, does it?
It's though? But I don't know if I don't know if your logic's right on that because like VC firms make a ton of bets. They expect most of them are going to go bad. but they need one to hit big, right? I mean, isn't that their whole business model?
I mean, come on, an email client. You think that's really going to be the thing?
It was an email client with a crazy amount of hype behind it. I can tell you that right now. Like it was a wild amount of hype. That's true.
Like,
I'll give you
that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Next up, Cloudflare introduces blocking of AI scrapers by default, which is kind of nice and awesome.
I think I'm going to have to go turn this on for like all of my sites because there's multiple layers to this too. They're adding in a way for the AI scrapers to actually pay to get access to the content that you have on your site so you can generate revenue through this. I think it's a brilliant move on Cloudflare's part.
But here's the downside, right? If you want traffic to your website, AI is the new Google. And so you want them scraping your website. So you're showing up in their results for, their AI results so that people are linking over to you.
But people don't link over is the thing.
Oh, but it does.
The AI results.
No, there is a ton of traffic coming from ChatGPT and other AI tools right now. Like tons of traffic we talked to our friend.
From the tools, not from the people. Like the traffic itself has come down dramatically because of that.
But it's people through the tools that are going. Yeah.
But it's still a lot less than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
So I think the argument here is if you withhold the content from the AI tools, then any of the AI tools that is unwilling to pay is automatically going to be at a disadvantage to the AI tools that do pay for the content. And then the ecosystem then works. Because look, if all the content is basically scraped for free, all these tools get better and they make money, but nobody else makes money. Yeah. There is no incentive to make content anymore. Right? Yeah. It's just going to get used by everybody else. They're going to make money and I'm not going to make anything.
But it strikes me that so what you're saying is true, but you'd need to have a pretty big site with very valuable content to turn that on and make the AIs pay you. For people with small businesses that just want to show up for search and get clicks to their website, I don't think they want to turn this on. I think they get screwed by doing that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it would limit traffic a lot.
Maybe not. I don't know. Because I think there's a value here in the aggregation of Cloudflare doing it across, because I don't know that I read about how they're actually going to do it, but I conceive that what they're probably thinking is that, look, AI tool, if you want access to all Cloudflare sites that have this turned on, here's what you pay, right? And then you unlock access. So it takes probably a certain amount of sites to enable this, which is why there's this other brilliant thing of they're enabling it by default for all new sites moving forward. So most people are not going to go in and turn this off. They're not going to realize it, right? Yeah. So in some manner, some amount of time, all of a sudden you're going to have the vast majority or a lot of the new sites with a lot of the new content that are now going to be blocked from AI crawlers.
Yeah, maybe.
And so your only option as a AI tool then is to pay for access, and everybody then benefits at that point. So I don't know. I think there's some ninja moves that are happening here that are maybe it's like Jedi ninja moves. Maybe it's using the Force and thinking and sneaking around and being eight steps ahead. So Jedi ninjas. Did you know that was a thing?
I love that. I love it. Yeah. Who knew?
Those little swords that they have, they are little
obviously they're ninja swords.
There you go. Somebody else that needs some swords, but I don't think they're going to get them. IceBlock climbs to the top of the App Store charts after officials slam it. So basically, I didn't know anything about this app before this story, by the way. So IceBlock is an app that allows you to report when ICE agents are in an area and doing things. Yep. And of course, the federal government is like, oh, this is bad. This is awful. And it's putting people at risk. And the immediate thing, I don't know if you thought about this, but the immediate thing that I thought of was reporting speed traps on Waze. And other tools like that. Yeah. That has been protected as a First Amendment right.
Yep, that's right.
You're allowed to do that. And also, you're allowed to report on ICE agents as well.
Yep, so that's right. Yep.
I hope this guy is bring it. And they're also saying that they're going to look into him and seeing about deporting him, the creator of this app as well. Because apparently everybody you just disagree with, you're just going to deport.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way. So what's funny to me is the sheer inability to read the room by the government officials. Like, you want less people using the app, so you're going to make a big deal about it,
right?
So that more people find out about it and then use the. It's like they don't understand how media works at all, like, or how people work. And it's like they don't understand people at all. Like, it's like saying, like, hey, half the country that hates us, we really, really, really don't want you to use this app. Like, sign me up, baby. Yeah. Like I'm all about that, right? Like, come on. So
my only sadness about this app is that it's not available for Android. It is iPhone only. And the reason is because if they put it on Android, they'd have to collect more data than they want to, which could put people at risk. And so I actually applaud the even though as an Android user and somebody that wants to use it, I applaud their kind of forward thinkingness of this, and kind of figuring out how to do this. This to me really feels like an app that the EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, should be behind and helping out in some way, and seeing if they can figure out a way to get it on Android for all of us to use as well. So,
all right, last up for Weird and Wacky, bioprinted organs, 10 to 15 years away, says startup that is regenerating dog skin. So they're 3D printing skin grafts for dogs. And based on what they're learning with that technology, they're saying we're 10 to 15 years away from 3D printed organs for, I assume, people, which would be amazing. It's going to be so great.
This is so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know anything about kind of organ donation, not just in the US, but everywhere around the world, there are definitely not enough people giving donations of organs compared to the number of people that need them.
Yeah.
And then you have all the other problems that come with it too, right? You still have to stay on medication,
location,
medication. And just medication for the rest of your life to make sure that organ is not rejected, even if it's a perfect match.
Right.
Like there's still this risk of rejection and your body attacking the thing that just saved your life. Right.
Yeah.
Which is like, come on, body, work with me here.
Come on, do your thing, body. What are you doing?
I mean, we're trying to save you and you're just attacking the thing that's saving you.
Yeah.
Like, calm down for a minute.
Yeah.
So there is just amazing science and tech that's happening. And I think the world, like in just a few years, is going to look so different than it does now.
It's wild to me. Yeah, totally agree.
Time for the Weird and Wacky segment.
Abominable snowman.
He's not an axe murderer.
One of the TAs turned out to be a bot.
First up in Weird and Wacky, someone built an ad blocker for real life, and I can't wait to try it. And that was the author saying that. And by the way, me too. I cannot wait to try it. So basically, they've used some of these augmented reality glasses, I think the Snap glasses, and overlaid ads with a block. Like so that you don't see the ad anymore.
Yeah.
And very soon there might be the day where you could just replace it with other things like artwork or things that are not so obnoxious.
I think that's a better use case because the big red block in my vision would be pretty annoying. But if every time I looked at an ad, I saw like a piece of art or like a Picasso or something, like that could be kind of interesting. You know, like, I really want to appreciate art more. So then you like choose like which art style you want to appreciate for that day.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to block the ads with whatever impressionism. I don't know what it is. So I
think that would be pretty cool. And so like, I mean, I think you're like me, you block ads on the web.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's totally extend that into real life. Like I appreciate areas of the world where they don't have billboards.
Oh man, so nice. Yes.
I am fortunate to live in a place where they have a sign ordinance in our suburb that there are basically there's a couple of billboards because they were before this ordinance went in, but there's no new billboards. Even the Mickey D's, the McDonald's does not have a big arches way up high. Like you gotta know where the Mickey D's is to be able to find it.
Yeah, that's the way.
It's like so much nicer, visually calming and less cluttered.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the way to go. Like, let's do more of that. So look, if the advertisers won't do it for us because of the laws and stuff, then we'll just do it for ourselves. Like,
I love that.
Kind of cool.
I want to say before I read this next title, whoever crafted the title for this article is a genius because it's such a great analogy. Of course I did. So the title of the article is "The First Autonomous Robot Football Match Happened in China. and it's like watching drunk toddlers with fewer ethical setbacks. like who thinks it's the, oh my gosh, I'm dying. It kills me. Anyway, so yeah, to your point, I watched the video of the little robots, and it was pathetic. They were terrible, like just terrible. But they did score. One did eventually score, so there was that. But
yeah. Okay, the funniest part of the video, I gotta say, was when the one robot died.
Yes.
And they brought out a little stretcher, and two humans, and they put the robot on the stretcher and took it to the sidelines and then took it off of the stretcher for some reason.
And just laid it down on the grass.
It's like, I guess this is your final resting place on the sidelines.
My favorite thing is that they were like, it should be the reverse, right? Like we should be human soccer players, and there should be robots coming to bring the stretcher out. Like that's how it should be right now. Like I love the juxtaposition of that. Right? That's so good.
We should solve it that way first.
It was so good.
Like let's do that. By the way, this is a little side note, since we often talk about TV shows on this podcast.
Of course we do, right?
Do you watch Welcome to Wrexham?
No, I started it, and I just never followed through with it. So no, it was an impressive start, but just didn't follow through.
So I'm still watching it. We're on the 4th season here, and man, what a great, look, I'm not a huge soccer / football fan.
Yeah.
It is a great show about business and motivation and making an impact. So recommendation for any of you that is looking for a new show and you want to watch stuff. And, as long as you don't have a problem for some reason with Ryan Reynolds, somebody that Adam and I work with has a problem with Ryan Reynolds.
She does not like Ryan Reynolds. I love him. I love Ryan Reynolds. So
I've got no problem with him. But check it out. Welcome to Wrexham.
Tech wreck, time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Okay, Adam, it is tech wreck time. What do you have for us this week?
I'm going to recommend an item that you have previously recommended, but it's so good that it warrants a double recommendation. So
double recommendation.
It's the terminal. What's it called? Is it just called terminal? Is that what it is? Like I don't even know.
It's just called terminal.
It's called terminal. So it's terminal. And you can. It's an e-ink display, and it just shows you various things throughout the day. Like so, I love it because right now. There's a Marcus Aurelius quote that just came up, right? And then next it'll be the weather. And then next it'll be like a quote from The Office, which is amazing. And then next it'll be a quote from one of the books, like where I use an app called Readwise, and all of my highlights from Kindle get logged into Readwise, and then Readwise shows those highlights on terminal. So like books I've read, it shows highlights of those books. Like it's amazing, and it just sits on my desk, and it lasts for free. I've never charged it. I don't even know. Like I got it for Father's Day. I've never charged it. So at some point I'll have to charge it, I imagine. But
depending on how often it's, how much of the day it's on, and how frequently it's updating.
Yeah.
Mine. It seems like it's every month and a half, 2 months that I have to charge it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, charging it lasts. It takes I don't know, 30 minutes, something like that, maybe less.
Yeah.
And then it's good for another month or two. So it's fantastic. And I will note, kind of to your point, you can actually set up those screens. So for listeners, like you don't have to get that same set of things.
That's right. Yeah. You can customize.
You can just set up exactly all the information you want, how often you want to see it, how much it updates, all those kinds of things.
So good. Yeah.
Like you told me about the Office quotes, and I hadn't even thought about that. So I added that into mine
too.
Dude,
the Office quotes are, I mean, like it's some of the best ones too. Like there was one from Dwight about like something like, you can't handle my undivided attention. It's like, I kind of feel like that on every Zoom call that I'm on. I'm thinking, I'm looking at the Zoom call, people like, you can't handle my undivided attention. I'm going to multitask right now. Like that's what I'm thinking. So
you should get that as a GIF and then just send it in the chat whenever you notice somebody multitasking.
Well, I mean, I do have, for Zoom calls, I do always have this coaster that reminds me of things as well. There it is. Can you read it yet? There it is.
Yeah.
So it's a coaster that says, I survived another meeting that should have been an email. So, it makes me feel good.
Isn't that like 98% of meetings?
At least. Yeah. What my favorite part about that particular coaster is, it was a gift from one of my former team members at one of my jobs. So she knew me well enough to specifically buy that gift for me, which is like, Like it's so perfect. It's so perfect. So yeah, every once in a while, like you get that like amazing gift that like this is like it's like for example, years ago, you remember producer Shannon gave us a hand painted wave file of the "Welcome to Tech Talk Y'all" thing, and it's still. I mean, I can see it right now. It's sitting right over there.
I've got mine too. Yeah,
such a perfect gift.
Incredible.
You know?
Yeah. Shout out to producer Shannon because that was a great gift.
That was an amazing gift.
Yeah.
All right, Sanjay, what do you have for us this week?
So I've got something a little bit safer for you, or trying to make the world safer for you.
Okay. All right.
The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has a website where you can check for recalls on your vehicles, your car seats, your tires, your equipment, and you can actually sign up for emails. And so I've actually done this for myself for all of the cars that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll get an email from them when there might be a recall for a vehicle that I have and that it's covered. And so then I can go check it out and kind of see what's the severity of that. And so I don't need to worry about, when you see on the news, like, this, that, and the other company is recalling like a bajillion vehicles.
Yeah.
I've already gotten the email. I've already checked it out. I can see, what's the severity of this thing. So sign up. If you own a vehicle, sign up and get these emails. They don't email you unless there is a recall. So it's not going to add to any inbox load or anything else like that.
Right.
And it's good. Like I've actually got a recall of one of my vehicles and I found out about it a couple of weeks ago, and it's going to be a software update over the air. So it's not that big of a deal.
Right,
but just today I got the letter from the company. And so, I mean, it's a couple of weeks, right?
They're a little behind. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it takes a while to print all those things and mail them out and go through the postal system and all that stuff. So, we're in 2025. I need to know now, not 3 weeks from now. So sign up for emails and you'll know now.
So speaking of knowing now, Sanjay, where can our listeners find and connect with you?
They can find me at sanjaypark.com. What about you, Adam?
You can find me at adamjwalker.com.
Dun, dun, dun.